I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadafuddin and I have had disagreement, but his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way if the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent?
Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulaiman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, break up 7 seals. Catch that, brothers and sisters? You don't see anything happen to a nation, talking about America, our nation. I thought he was representing the nation of Islam, not nation of America. Our nation. Catch that? Well, that Freudian slip, saying what you mean. See? Evidently, our nation, his nation, the nation of Islam is just a prop, a bait. Get your money, get control of you. Snuff out Elijah Muhammad's teachings, because he does not represent Elijah Muhammad's teaching in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, see, I've offered $5,000 to anyone that can show me one verse, scripture, Bible, Quran, that supports that crap he's saying. Anything Elijah said that supports that he's actually representing Elijah Muhammad's teachings and Master Muhammad's teachings faithfully. $5,000. No one stepped up in years. All you got to do, just send a verse. Just text me a verse. Just message me a verse. I haven't done that. But they can text me, oh man, why are you talking about my God? He's a good man. Text me a verse and get you $5,000. If he's who you claim he is, text me a verse. Message me a verse. And the Bible or the Quran supports this bullshit he's saying. Show me something Elijah Muhammad said supports this stuff he's saying. Show me some of the lessons that support this stuff he's saying. Just show me something that's less to support this stuff he's saying. You get $5,000 and shut me up. You don't have to send me nasty grams, call me names. Oh, why are you speaking about my shit? You got to be crying. Just send me a verse. If he's who you claim he is, send me the verse that proves it and shut me up. Or you shut the fuck up and get out of my face. Because he's lying, he's no fucking good, and you know it. So you hold on to him. Just show me the verse. Text it to me. Text it to me. Comment it. You haven't done it because you can't. Because the lying, no good demon, son of a devil. Hypocrite, as Elijah Muhammad said, he'd be his worst hypocrite. He's a devil. His father's a devil. See this picture right there? Who you think? You see the resemblance? That's his father. Look like a light-skinned Jamaican to you. He said his grandfather, his father's father, is a white Caucasian Portuguese Jew. That makes his father a white Caucasian Portuguese Jew. That makes him a black Caucasian Portuguese Jew. Seed. Period. That's biology. Don't give me that stuff about Allah make you in the womb. He make that pigs in the womb too? If he does what, he got to do it with them too, don't he? So what, he sleep with the pigs too? As Master Muhammad said, God's a man. So you say God's a man, so this shit doesn't add up. It just does not add up. He's a man, and he makes it a woman. Then what? He sleep with these women? He sleep with every woman on the planet? If that's the case, why you got to send Master Muhammad a wheel, waste time building a damn wheel, and you say he makes in the womb, stop making devils? He said he wakes up in the morning, right? Well, stop waking up devils in the morning then. You know, this all shit just don't add up. Why you gonna make Master Muhammad go and build a wheel and all this stuff when you can just stop from waking up? Stop making, you claim you make him in the womb, and Master Muhammad is a man like you say he is. He's a God. Then he's got to be the one just impregnating all these women and the animals too. That means busy. He got to be a God, boy, to do all that. I know he's my daddy. Shit just don't add up. Don't add up for idiots and fools. Don't need that. Well, it does add up for them. They can't add subtract. Them 2 and 2 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 22 to them. That's the daddy. Come on, brothers and sisters.
When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, brother.
Both sides.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right.
We owned buildings. We owned farmland. We were busy doing something, hiring our people. Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass.
Whoa! Let the worms eat their ass. Both sides. Muslims, male and female, pray Allah that the worms eat their ass. These are the same ones that made him a multimillionaire. Put steaks on his plate. $100,000 suits on his back. Expensive rings, jewelry on his fingers. Mansions, many. That's why he care about you. Because you ain't doing enough for him. He's not producing anything. But you ain't doing enough for him. He's a multimillionaire, plus his wicked dumbass son, probably supreme captain. How do you get to be multimillionaires? They don't have own their business or anything, because they living off for you. But you ain't doing enough for them. So he would play a lot of words, you ain't doing enough for me, because he's not producing anything for you. Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, a lot of philosophy. But he's not producing a goddamn thing. And then you're going to say, well, when the Muslim was alive, well, who killed him? He did. Tell me I'm lying, Farrakh. I give $5,000 to prove I'm lying. I was there. Him and Walsh killed the Nation of Islam, destroyed it, got rid of it. started something called Balad, got rid of it. There was no Nation Islam. They got rid of it. So when it was alive, you killed it. And they said, well, because when it was alive, when Elijah's mom was here, they had a leader. We worked and produced, and he gave us, gave him the results, the money, and he invested in stores, in schools, in housing, in banks. He didn't put it in his pocket. He didn't leave here with a little pocket full of money. He left all the money in Nation Islam, which y'all stole. You and Wallace stole it all. Left the believers with nothing. Left but with nothing. I lost everything. Like I said, I worked for the Nation of Islam. I was a foreman in Muhammad Speak newspaper, night foreman. In my early 20s, the foreman. Night foreman, I had 3 foremen. I had the night shifts. The Nation's complex. Nice apartment up there across the street from that school. I think it's 87th Street. I was financed through the Nation's bank. All that was gone. They got rid of all of it. So they left us empty-handed with nothing. And the wolves are closing in. The wolves are closing in. And they said then, no, here come the wolves. Well, let's throw come these lambs at the wolves. Make a getaway. So they did. They threw the sheep to the wolves. So they get their getaway. They took off with the money. They had to go dig Farrakhan about devil's ass. Get back to the head of the devil's ass, begging to get back on the stage, do Calypso again. Tell him live, Farrakhan. Imagine that. He's gonna get back up on stage, shake his ass for the devils. I just can't remember that he was a singer, a popular singer, that had him trying to help him get back on the stage. But myself, no, Louis. I can't help you, Louis, because you said bad things about me when you were with Muhammadan. He tried to get back on stage. Imagine that. Imagine him on the stage, right? He's Elijah Muhammad's top ministers, putting the addition of Malcolm, right? He's on the stage, shaking his ass. He's like, hey, Farrakhan. Don't call me Farrakhan. I ain't Farrakhan, man. Louis. I thought you was the leader. Thought you was Elijah. Man, I ain't with that shit, man. I was getting paid, man. I'm going my clips over, man. I'll see you in a minute. Imagine that. That's how that conversation went down. The devil had let him go up there. Tell him lying, Farrakhan. I get $5,000. You say, I'm show me I'm lying. But I can prove I'm saying what I'm saying is absolutely true. And so, Kushman had to go dig his ass out. He didn't dig him out because he was looking for us. He was a Wallace man. And they got disenchanted with Wallace because they couldn't make any money with Wallace. Because Wallace said, you can be email if you want to, but you ain't gonna get you don't get paid, you don't get no charity, you don't get anything from the believers. You can be a man email if you want, but you gotta work your regular job. Because remember, they got rid of all the businesses. Because Wallace primarily, right? Wallace, Farrakhan backed him up. We don't need businesses. The white man got it. Why we need that stuff? It gets back to our nation. That's Wallace was. So we don't need that stuff. We're Americans. We don't need that stuff. So they tell them, you got a job. When you finish your job on Friday, come over, you be amen. You don't get paid for it. You do it for religious. He got paid. And they said, man, we ain't making no money off this clown. Let's go dig up Farrakhan. They'll tell him lying because he started in Chicago and I went to one of his meetings and they were surrounded by all Wallace people. All Wallace people. That's why he's teaching Wallace his stuff. That's why he called Wallace his brother. He's teaching Wallace's teaching. He was Wallace's weed man. Until Wallace, after a while, Wallace cut him off. Because he's supposed to get pieces of that money, right? And I guess they fished it out to him bit by bit, and they cut him off. See, after they got everything he wanted, see, he could afford that. Because he was top minister. He could win the court and afford that for the believers. They didn't. Because they planned to get something. So once they got what they wanted, they threw him in a bitch like a 2-bit hoe. That's why he had to run, try to get back on stage. He had no money. He saved was broke because they used him. They gave him a piece of money as long as he keep quiet. And once they got everything they wanted, they threw him in just like a two-bit hole. That's how he did, little punk ass. He's a fucking coward. They threw him in a corner, two-bit hole. That's why I had to get rid of Malcolm, because for all Malcolm's problems, he wasn't no coward. For all his problems, I'm not condoning Malcolm. What he did, he should do better, but he wasn't no coward. That's why I had to get rid of Malcolm. Because I know if Malcolm had been around with a lot of the part, this shit wouldn't have went down like it did. It wouldn't have went down like it did. I'm telling you right now, it wouldn't have went down that way. They wouldn't have got to Malcolm like they got to him. Because Wallace himself was officially thrown out of the temple at the time. And Wallace, he didn't miss you. He's on the video saying it. He didn't miss it, but Bob Farrar said, no, he wasn't. He was out. So how the hell did he take charge? Well, they punk your ass. They told you you better sit back, get your ass in the fucking corner. We'll kick your damn ass. Shut your goddamn mouth up. And that's what he did. They couldn't pull that with Malcolm. They just had to get rid of him. Because when he got punk ass Farrakhan there. And that's what happened. Because he, in the well, Wallace took over the temple. He was officially out. He was officially out. In fact, he'd been banned several times over the years. Finally, got tired and said he was banned permanently. Banned permanently. So how did he get in charge? That surprised me. They say the head, Elijah Muhammad departed about a week before Savior's Day, but they hid it until Savior's Day. And that's now saying, well, Saul's in charge. I said, do these people know what they're doing? Because everybody knew Wallace hated his father. It wasn't no secret. Everybody knew he was banned. How the hell he get back in? How he get in charge? How did he get it? And he didn't wait. He didn't hesitate. He started from Jump Street. He changed on a dime. He started tearing Elijah Muhammad down from Jump Street from the very beginning. He didn't waste no time. Farrakhan standing right with him. Up until they got what they wanted. They threw him in the bitch like a two-bit hole. When he went to the master can't be on stage. Can I get on and shake my ass for you, master? Tell them lie, Farrakhan. If I say anything that's a lie here, right, I pray Allah destroys me openly right in front of your face right here, right now. Hit me down with a stroke. Right in front of your face right now, if I'm lying about what I'm saying. Now, can you make the same statement, Farrakhan? Can you make the same statement, Ishmael, Jeffrey, Daniel? Make the same statement Sunday that you pray Allah will strike you dead if that shit you saying is true about Farrakhan. See if you can make the same thing. One, brothers and sisters. I pray Allah that women eat your ass. Really? Well, they ate your ass, didn't they? Well, they ate your ass, ain't they? You know, that shit backfired on your ass, didn't it? So now they blow your ass up with radiation pellets. Now you pissing shit in the bag. Curse with rob the nation. That shit backfired on you, didn't it? It works. That's what you think about you. But when it comes to the master, I want nothing happen to master. The people that destroyed us, terrorized us, hundreds of years, raped us, beat us, burned us, threw our children, gated bait, did everything in the the worst treatment ever. For hundreds of years. But I don't have none of them. Please, God, I don't have them. I love him. I want to stay here. I want to go someplace else. I love him. Oh, please don't have that. I want to see that happen in America. My nation. Our nation? What's he talking to? My nation. I think we're supposed to represent the nation of Islam. But for you, fuck y'all. I don't get it. Allah, where eat your ass? You don't get it? It's not Photoshop. They ain't AI. Your boy Aaron. He claims Aaron, right? That's who he is. Got a lot of angels. That worms eat your ass. Imagine that. The Muslims, both sides, male and female. mouth. Said the mouth will make war with the saints. Well, coming 40 some years, he did. Okay, brothers and sisters, like I said, I'm going to get these shorts, and today I'm going to talk a little about Sol O Mon. Just a little. There's a lot, but I'm going to talk about make a few points here. And I know no one's going to understand this because just going a little bit to a little calculus. Because, you know, you try to teach people subtraction, they're not getting it. So you can't teach multiplication because they don't understand subtraction. So they can't teach multiplication, division. See? You can't go further than that, like trigonometry or calculus, because they can't understand multiplication and division. But I'm going there because that's what you're going. If you're going to hope to make it to the hereafter, you have to come to that level. You have to raise that level, that frequency, and that wavelength. See? Like some people say, well, see, they got some dumb ideas. They think, well, oh, but still, man, I don't need no more. No. Your body, every cell in your body has to be on the same wavelength of frequency. That's. Remember they say you gotta have. That's what when they have a transplant, they gotta have somebody's relative or something that's on the same wave frequency on, because the body's gonna reject it. You gotta be on the same wavelength frequency. It's just the point is that you see it from a butt perspective, but you still be on the level. You still be on that level. You see it just from that space, like male and female. They look from different perspectives. They're got to be on the same level, though. I said equal in two different perspectives. You're going to see it from a foot perspective. Just like I said, I talked about that before. I says, foot cell will see things from a foot perspective. So if a situation come up, like so-called civil rights movement, some people say, well, let's march. Well, they see things from a foot perspective. Some people say, let's set in. They see some butt perspective. This intelligence is perceived from a brain perspective. Just the point is, they see it from a different perspective. That's different. Just different perspective. So you see, you still get the angel. You just see it from a different perspective than I would. You still get it. I see it from I can't see it from a female perspective. That's why I said, you know, maybe I can't be sure about that. But so maybe that because Daniel is part of the book, and the way the Daniel set up. Right, it's the side of the angel. It said, Eve came out on the side of the male. So I said, is that a coincidence? Because chapter 13. Oh, here I go, a technical issue. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think we're here we go, maybe. Let me try something else here. Oh, this is let's see. Okay. If we can do this, make some changes here. Okay. Again, Daniel connects in chapter 13 because you see the creatures that's mentioned in Daniel, right? The leopard, the bear. It's also mentioned in chapter 13. It's the only place they mentioned. So it coincides. They say Eve came out of the side of Adam. So I can't, like I said, I don't know the female perspective, so I have to guess on this one. I'm not going to try. I don't tell you things I don't know. Right? But it seems to me, since it's made that connection here, that Daniel's probably written more from because there's two books there. It's not just the angel seal, but Daniel's seal too. And that's probably more from his female perspective. I can't say. I haven't had a female come up and prove it to me yet. Because from a female perspective, then there should be a female out there that can not break it down, broke the seals, but from a male perspective. Yeah, I've yet to find a female that can break it down from a female perspective. A little hint a while back, and I was surprised, and it just went away. A little flicker. Just said, wow, I thought, sometimes flicker catch like a blaze, man. I thought it just went out. I don't know what happened. So you have to understand these things, brothers and sisters. You have to come to this level of frequency, wavelength. If you don't, you're not part of this body. Some people that's not part of this body will be allowed in, but they won't be part of the body. They're almost like a relative, but not part of the body. But, they won't be. They'll be allowed if they can achieve a certain level and maintain a proper discipline. Because it says the Son of Man was the hope of the Gentiles. Why I say that? Because those that could, if they can follow the discipline, someone will. I'm not going into that detail. But it's a lot we've taken out of here. We'll survive it. I explained that a long time ago, about a year or so ago. It's part of the new creation, the interface between us and the beast. I'm going to leave that one there. I didn't mean to just get distracted by that one. That's another story altogether, right? But it won't be part of our body. And Levites, they're problematic because they conceived of probably twin brothers, Esau and Jacob. So they should have the same DNA, same wavelength and frequency. But slight difference there. It's hard to kind of like make them compatible. That's why it's so much trouble with these Levites. See, because you got to graft them in. Sometimes the graft don't take. Okay? So maybe we're working on it. Don't take, then it's gonna be lost. But there's slight difference. It had to be, otherwise it'll be a smooth transition. Smooth, right? Grafting. It's not very difficult. Very difficult. Might not take. Come on, brothers and sisters. That's the covenant, but they don't talk about. Okay, we're going to talk, like I said, this is Solomon. Now, Solomon, it's a big They call it. They call it speed bump. Speed bump there with Solomon. I'm trying to talk about a little bit here today. But I said we're going to a higher level into the angel. See, Elijah Muhammad, it says he got that nearly correct. He said, Master Muhammad, son of man, but it's impossible because they give you actual description to make sure you would make that mistake. It says he have wool hair and brown skin. It says it right there. So therefore, it couldn't possibly be him. Okay? You say, well, he comes from the east to the west. Yeah, but the angel key explains what that means. Plus, said the Son of Man would suffer many things, be put to death and raised to life. He said, it says it, he be made these shit. Be sure the verse. It's not Master Muhammad there. Put to life, be betrayed, put to life, raised to death. Say suffer many things. That's not Master Muhammad. If you go look at the scripture of the Son of Man here, all the things he would go through, that's not the Son, that's not Master Muhammad. It couldn't possibly be. Plus, the description doesn't match him. Unless he's going to get a jerry curl and a suntan. So, well, I just said it. Okay, when you go with that thing, Elijah also said the war Armageddon will take place in the 70s. You know, I know that. And that's one thing I remember because I remember in 1962, I think it was, 61, I can't remember, because my father passed in 63. We lived around the corner from Temple 25 in Newark. Right around the corner from that, we're 2 blocks away. There was a store right across the street. I used to go play pinball machines in the store right across the street, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a church or something. I had no idea what it was. But one day, my father took me in there before he passed. He did 60, most likely 61, I think. We lived up Fairmont Avenue. Fairmont Avenue was a block away. Littleton Avenue was a step up. There was 1 block down, but it was on, I think it's called Cottage Grove. I can't remember the name of that street. It was right there. So he took me in there. I remember they searching and everything, and I had slingshot in my pocket, so they took that from me. Right? I didn't know what was going on. But one thing I remember, when I got in there, the brother was talking about war Armageddon was going to take place in the 70s. I'm telling war Armageddon take place in the 70s. Didn't take place. I'm not putting Elijah Muhammad down, but let's say he got it nearly correct. See? And so, and I never went again until 70s. When I went looking for Elijah, and I ended up going, that's no strategy. I'm not getting that sidetracked there. My father, apparently he was converting, but I didn't know that. He passed in 63. Those things started changing. We stopped eating pork and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know. Like I said, I was 14 when he passed. I was about 12 when he took me in there. Right? I had no idea. And then when I went and got my ex, Bob told me, you in that same stuff your daddy was in right here. So that's the first time I knew he was been processed. Now, whether he got his ex or not, I don't know. That's why he got. At any rate, so Son of Man comes from Son of Man, Sol O Mon. Solomon, that's where it comes from. It's a play on words. You find a lot of in the script, like I said, the last trump. And you ever heard anybody call a trumpet a trump? Why is it last trump? I'm not getting to that right now. But they got little things like that in there, but you're not going to pay attention to, right? But at any rate, Sol, son, Sol, if you read in Latin, Sol, like the thing about Jesus. See, all these little tricks in there. Jesus is not in the scripture anywhere. It's not in the manuscripts anywhere. Not any manuscript. Not Hebrew, not Arabic, not Aramaic. It's not there. So where did it come from? Why they got translated to Greek to come? Let me move on, brothers. It's the bottom midline is Sol O Mon, son of man. It's Latin. Sol, son. That's what son is. Sol. In Latin. O Mon. Where it come from? So, because he's Solomon. And David is his father. See, David is Master from Muhammad. But you don't understand that. But it's a little thing that goes down. I'm going to get to it in a minute. See? But it said, right? See, Solomon was supposed to be the wisest man ever lived. Here you got one verse I found, right? And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceedingly much, and largeness of heart, even as the sands that is on the sea shore. And Solomon's wisdom excels the wisdom of all the children of the Chaos country and all the wisdom of Egypt. He's wiser than everybody. The wisest man ever lived. They said, Master, how many wise men ever lived? No, he was not. He was wise. See, that gets to know thing altogether, because you're talking about what type of wisdom you're talking about. You're talking about analytical wisdom or spatial wisdom. B, and it is. That's two sides. You miss all these things. So someone says B, someone says that's a creative person, and the is the technical person that brings that creation. See, a creative person, he can come an idea in a car, but he can't build it. The technical person, you say, oh, you give him the idea, he can bring it into creation. That's why I explain all this. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to understand this because you have to read all my reading over the years. I've been explaining this kind of stuff. You have to go back and research it. But the point, if you want to, I don't care if you do it or not. Tell you the truth. I was talking about the technical and spatial. It's like you had a gender. Let me say something I mentioned a minute ago. About calculus. See, calculus is a language. This is the language of mathematics. They don't know that. I'm explaining to you. So I say Arabic is just a grammar. You say what? Islam is mathematics. Islam, mathematical language. What's the mathematical language? Because you can define, just explain everything mathematically through calculus. But I can't talk to you yet because you don't know the basic of, like, I can make a couple of statements, right? All the animals and all the trees and everything, they're a derivative of us, but you don't know what a derivative is. They're a derivative of us. They're a derivative of us. But you have also integrals. Now we are, right? I would say integral, but I'm going to say right now, it's kind of loose because you don't understand. If I say it, it's like exact shit you have no idea what I'm talking about. But you have no idea anyway. But integral, in other words, you have dimensions. So when you go from the third dimension, second dimension, third dimension, that's the integral you're going up with. When you go downward, you go to derivatives, right? But you cannot take an integral to derivative. What's the derivative? Put it like this way. If a derivative is two components, x and y, right? And you take a derivative of something x and y, then you lose one of the components. So if you take a derivative of something x and y, then you might have the y left with x left. You lose one of them. I'm speaking in generalities. But when you enter it, you can't add. When you go down, you lose components. When you go up, you don't gain components. So if you integrate x, you take it up to x is second, third, fourth, fifth power, but you can't add a y to it. See? So the animals, that means evolution is impossible. If you understand that we are integrals and derivatives, their evolution is impossible. It's impossible because you can't go from a worm to something better. You can't do it. You can't do it. Now, with calculus, now with derivatives, once you go derivative, you can't go back up. But you could take integrals and you go down. So all these things came out of us. See, trees are a derivative of us. Birds are a derivative of us. Cats are a derivative of us. But you can't integrate them back to us. You can't bring them back to us. They can't go back up. You go down, you can't go back up. But we're the highest level. That's why I want to say we're integral because, we're the highest level. So everything he says is a derivative of us. Once you understand that, you put the pattern there, you'd be surprised at the things that you can do. That's why you see this equation. That's why we had the equation like this, because we say, okay, right? The first derivative, germs and things. Second derivative, plants. Third derivative, maybe insects. Fourth derivative, maybe fish. 8 different levels of derivatives within that group. so forth, so on. Then finally, we made the most advanced derivative, Caucasians. They're derivative of us, but they can't be integrated back up to us. They can't go back up. You can't go back up. But the females are not a derivative of us. Right? They're a separation of us, not a derivative. They go to both of you on the same side, same side. So one's they say positive, negative, because when you get that, they say, well, they're negative. No, well, if I choose side positive, negative, I say they're the positive, we're the negative. Okay? I do it that way. It's the balance. They're not derivative of us. Okay, I'm going to leave that. You can one day, if you make it home, and you manage your energy properly so you back on proper wavelength and frequency, then you understand that stuff. You see how powerful it is, and what we can do with it. Right? So here's Solomon. So Solomon is so I'm going to show you a couple things here that might surprise you, if you can keep up. Okay, now here we are right now. You see all this hell going on right now? I told you it was coming. Anybody pay attention? No, I told you it was coming. When it was coming, I said it'd be silence in heaven for about half an hour. An hour in the angel is 1 year. So half an hour is about, I said about half an hour. Don't say exactly, I said about. That means it's an approximation. So that means it's somewhere around 6 months. It won't be exact 6 months. Like you just said, there'll be silence in heaven for 6 months. They silent in heaven for half an hour. They say about half an hour. So that means it's not exact. That means it could be 5 months and 3 weeks, 5 months and 29 days. It could be 6 months and 1 week, 6 months and 1 day, whatever. It won't be exact 6 months. So the silence would start after the pause. The pause would start after the war in June 2025. Okay. So it stopped. Then you got what? July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months. And then December, yeah, right away, they started talking. The fight started again. It started with them trying to destabilize Iran with the riots and all that stuff that was going on. And the plan was to attack them, and the planes in the air. They got cold feet because Iran was able to block. They threw a punch, and Iran was able to block. They punch, started again, they punch, right? And they were able to block some. And they were going to get the second punch in. They bringing everybody in. So the war started again. At that point, that's where Michael will go in, because it tells you right there in the fifth seal that no, you sit down, you speak, you relax. I won't do anything till after Syria goes down. They said, Lord, how? They're talking about the 12th imam, that's Match from him, that's the leader. Two witnesses, the Syrian and Iran. Speaking of him says, no, I won't do anything until Syria, they already attack you. Now, when they take Syria down, then I will make my move. We know Syria went down, not too long before that. Then they started. And then it'd be relaxed, silence. War started. Say first, war started, war broke out in heaven. Then Michael's angels. So there's 2 stages there. So what we're looking at, and that's what you're right now. You're supposed to be flying in a minute. That's where we are right now. Farrakhan, we have to Armageddon 3 years ago, whatever. No, that's what, when that happens, all you got to go out, they say when that happens, even the devil's standard, when that happens, it's going to change the world. It's going to affect the world. And it's going to affect you here more than anybody. Even the devil's worried about it. As the scripture says, even the rocks cried out. They're worried about it. Because it's going to be disastrous. We're going to move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, Sol O Mon commentary. Okay, first talk about the JINN. Now, the reason I'm talking this, I taught yesterday, but a part was missing, and I still don't know what happened to it, so I rebuilt it. So I want to speak to that part and move on. It's just a recap from yesterday. JINN. Now, I'm just going to go past this, brothers and sisters, quickly. Oh, okay, I guess I got to do it that way. I don't have a choice, do I? Okay. See Farrakhan over here? Yeah. He's through. He's through. His day is over. Non-perdition. Okay, when the Lord said, I'm going to play ruler in the earth. Why God place a ruler in the earth? Somebody's got to rule the earth. It's going to make somebody make shed blood. The angels have to submit. So I'm not going into details about that, bro. But if you want to go into Spacefield, right? And into a crack zone, fine. Get your crack pipe out, go crack zone. It's serious, clear language here that the angels have to be people, because they can't be spirit beings or whatever spent to us. You say angels spent to us? They want to go get your meal. They want to go work for you. Want to cook your dinner. They put me submission to us. But then again, it says, who's ruling the earth? Again, see, they say that's all mankind. Is all mankind ruling the earth? Who's ruling the earth? The Europeans are ruling the earth. There's only been two rulers on the whole planet. It's Gog and Magog, written in America. That's clear. Tell me who are the Roman Empire didn't rule the planet. They didn't know about the whole earth. There have been two nations, two empires, not Chinese, not Indian, two European empires. Sun never sets on the British Empire, the American Empire. Two are the only empires that rule the entire planet. They're the rulers. But they tell you as soon as you say, oh, the rule of mankind. The reason why they can't come, what I just told you, the simple explanation, because that reveals that they're the JINN. See, there's a reason why they don't say certain things, because if they know it, because it exposes them. Because Iblis is of the JINN, and he refused, the JINN refused to do it. And so, who's the most resistant to European rule? Who is totally resistant to European rule? So the Arabs. What a part of it. No banking system, no democracy, none of it. Totally resistant to it. But they're the JINN. They told me to say Adam. See, if you just say Adam, right, represents European countries, which they don't know what's ruling. See, if that falls out, it becomes, but they got distorted. Oh, no, it's all mankind. Well, it's all mankind. Oh, we must not be mankind. We must be 3 plus human, because we ain't ruling a goddamn thing. We ain't ruling ourselves. Lately, I ain't saw an angel come in and give me Uber drive someplace. I ain't seen an angel come in do anything for me. Not yet. They supposed to submit to it. They will submit, right? So, angel, get over here and finish this presentation for me. I got things to do. I can't hear you. You're supposed to submit. You said submission, right? Where you at? Oh, you're not in submission anymore? Come on. Hey, see what I'm saying? See, this shit don't add up. But if you say it clearly, that what I just said adds up. Sunni would reject that because that revealed they're the jinn. See what's the problem with that? Also revealed that Adam and Eve, Adam, is the Europeans. And they make mixture shed blood, which is actually what they do, ain't it? It has been ruling the planet. See, this stuff, when I play it to you, explain to you, it adds up. 3 plus 5 is 8. When they do it, 3 plus 5 is 35. Well, 3 plus 5 is 35, it was 5 plus 3. That's 53. What's the same? Hey, man, are you stupid? I told you, 3 plus 5 is 35. And 5 plus 3 is 53. What's so hard about that to understand? That's what he's running down to you. I come and tell you 3 plus 5 is 8. I mean, you got to pay to go to school and they explain to you. You don't want to hear that. You want to go to the guy that says 5 plus 3 is 53. So here it is. I'm going to move past quickly. I talked about yesterday, but I want to get to another point here. So here's Adam, right? He said, don't mess with the tree. We the tree. Don't afflict us, but he did it anyway. No, he was told not to, and he said he'd be unjust if he did it. That means, well, how could he be unjust if he touched a tree? That means he was just. So how the hell can he be just if he make mixture shed blood? Because mixture shed blood is a winter attribute. Then in the wintertime, they would be just, wouldn't it? The winter's not just in the winter, in the summer, is it? The winter cannot survive in the summer, but the summer cannot survive in the winter. So in the wintertime, winter is just. So it was in a wicked time. The way Elijah Muhammad tried to explain, he says Earth was in an unrighteous orbit. That's the way he said it. So, well, anyway, that's what he explained it. I'll leave it there. See, it said, approach not treats, at least you be unjust. I'm going to move on, brothers, because I'm going to get to the main point here. See? And it said, we created man of sound and clay, of black mud, fashion, and shape. You see, they got a problem with that. See the problem? Because they say, if we created man of sound and clay, of black mud, fashion, that means that Adam had to be black then. Black mud says right there. But they won't say that, because why are they all white over there? You see, they got twist and turn the scripture, because the scripture, truth of it, just blows them away. They can't say it like it is. It says right there, we created men, sound and clear, black mud, fashion, shade. It means the original people were black. They say created men, sound and clay, of black mud, fashion, and shape. If you read it that way, that's not exactly what it means, but that's what it's on the surface. So how come they don't accept that right on the surface right there? All mankind, we created Adam and he ruled the earth. That means they was black, and black people should rule the earth. See, that adds up. But that's not what they're telling you, because they say don't add up. See, because black people ain't ruling. See? Now then with Jim, we created 4. Since how far, so how do you explain that one? So Jim was not the black mud created fire. They can't explain this stuff. I explain it for you. I'm not going to right now, right? But this stuff they say don't add up. And the Lord said, who are the angels? The angels and jinn are the same thing. That means that angels also create a intensely hot fire. And because they'll tell you that the jinn weren't angels, which doesn't add up again. Because they say God made the command to the angel. It says, let's go back here. And I made him complete and bring my spirit, fall down, make a base of him. The angels made a base of all of them, but Bliss did not. Wait a minute. Why would he have a problem with him not obeying if he didn't get the command to him? Like you're in an oratorial. He said, all the women, I want y'all to get up, go to the restroom and do your thing. Make a bake makeup bed, whatever you're going to do. And they do it. And then you turn around to guys, hey, I'm going to put all y'all in detention because y'all didn't get up. Wait a minute, you didn't tell us to get up. You told the women to get up. You didn't tell why you jumping on us. You said females, we're not females. See what I'm saying? Makes no sense. But they tell you, oh, Jenny, well, if he didn't get a command to Jinn, he gave, if they're not angels, then he didn't get a command to them. He gave the command to angels. See? You understand what I'm saying? And the Lord said to angels, I'm going to create a mortal of sounding clay, a black mud fast shape. So I have made them complete and breathed in my spirit, for I make it a base to him. So he's talking to angels. So why you get mad at the jinn if they're not angels? Why do you get mad at them? They're angels too. But see, they can't say that. They can't say what's obvious because that's supposed who they are. That's supposed that angels are human beings. That means we got a ruler on earth, and we got some beings that's in submission to this ruler, and some beings that are not. And the ones that are in submission, they're the real Muslims. Because Muslim means ones that tie submission to Allah. But the point is, they corrupt. Oh, did he say that? Oh, man. They corrupt. Why wouldn't they be corrupt? Because Adam would corrupt them because he's making men shed blood, so he had them acting like other than themselves, act like him, because they're in submission to him, he's ruling them. If they're in submission, that means he's ruling them, so they have to obey him. That means they're going to be making men shed blood too, because they're obeying him, that's what he does. But they're in submission to Allah, and so is Adam. But the ones that ain't in submission to Allah, the ones that claim, oh, I'm still going to do what you told me to do before. I'm going to do what you did before. I'm going to do what you was doing things before. But he cursed them, said, no, he charged against them. So he said, how does that make any sense? Is we talking about Satan here? You see what I'm saying? How does that make any sense? The ones that going, they pretend they with Allah, they ain't. But Adam isn't submission to Allah, except he missed that tree. And the other thing is that the angels who are in submission to Adam are going to be in the process of making men shed blood because they're going to have to obey what Adam tells them to do. And that's what Adam does, make men shed blood. So they're in submission to that. So they're the ones that's true Muslims, aren't they? Because they obey Master, they obey the God. But the jinn who refuse to obey him, then I said, I'm going to continue doing like I was doing before. I'm going to celebrate your praises. What's the word they used earlier? Remember what the angel said? Remember the jinn and angels. See, you can't add, they won't allow you to add and subtract in here. We used to add and subtract, they don't like the answer. See? That's why you can't add a track in Sunnism. You can't add a track with Farrakhan either. Well, I was making. This is what I said. I'm going to place rules on the earth. And they said, when I place such mischief blood and we celebrate that praise and stole our holiness. That's what the angel said. Remember, jinns weren't angels. So we're going to keep on doing what you was doing before. So we ain't going to submit. That means we were doing like we were doing before. But God condemned them for it. And this don't make any sense. No, it don't make any sense because you don't know mathematics. You don't know the story of Yaqub. You understand how all this works. You understand how the works work. And deprivation, how the creation works, then it makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense, the point is, something's wrong then, because I did add subtraction accurately. And what they give you is not add subtraction. So I'm giving you accurately, then that means what? They're making up something to try to make you, it doesn't add up. Try to convince you. I'll move on to this subject, brother, sister. That's why I wanted to, okay, let me finish. There's something else here. Now, I'm not going to make a base him. See? Now create a sound clip, black mud, fashion, and shape. See? Oh, let me explain this black mud, because that's somebody going, he said black, no. What he's saying, he made of black mud, fashion, and shape. Right? He said make them out. He said make of black mud, fashion, and shape. Read that carefully. Married, maybe even better. Right? So he's taken him, he's made out of black mud. White folks made out of us. We was black mud, and they made him out of us. That's what it's telling you. Made him out of us. Out of the black mud. That was fashioned into shape. He made out of black mud, it was fashioned into shape. Fashioned into shape, God gives you the clue right there. Out of black mud fashioned into shape. He said, I'll make my black mud, and then fashion into shape. He didn't say that. He said, I made black mud fashioned. That means black mud was already fashioned into shape that he made him out of. That's the big hint right there. It means he made him out of us. That means he was not one of us. Right? Let's move on, brothers and sisters. And it says that, now, what does he say? Okay, I'm going to read a little of this. He said, thou go forward, sure thou art driven away, sure on thee is a curse till the day of judgment. Now, keep talking about judgment. And judgment is, you shouldn't have, well, I'll move on. He said, my Lord, despite the time they are raised. He's not talking about Adam being raised, because Adam is in control. We the ones submission, we raised. So the ones that JINN talking about, they'll come after us from every elevated place. And when did that start? It started begin with by throwing us into slavery. That's the Arabs. Remember the story of Joseph? They're the ones that betrayed us and threw us into Egypt into slavery, hoping we never return again. We were here because of them. They betrayed us into the hands of Egypt. And they took our lands. Morocco, Algiers, Tunisia, Arabia. You understand? That's Ishmael, your brother. They're going to come at us every kind of way, make sure we never come back. But they're still trying to act their way according to what they think Allah wants. They will not submit to Adam, America and Britain, their idea. They won't submit to him. But we did. We had total submission to it. So we're true Muslims. Muslim mean, what you're doing means submission to Allah, whatever that is. So the submission to Allah during Adam's time is a time of making men shed blood. That's submission. It's required. So we're true Muslims. But now it's time to rise. You're going to rise up from that. Every day you rise up from that. Now, are you going to rise up from it or are you going to stay in it? That's the problem. That's probably these are Sunnis. I mean, the Levites. Are you going to rise up from it? That time is over. The winter's over. Now it's time for spring. You're going to rise up from it. You're going to stay in the winter. That's the issue right now. That's why it's so immense. Cast as a sun. Start shining. Because springtime is coming. Come on, brothers and sisters. Okay, so I just want to clear up from yesterday. Okay, here's Sol O Mon again. Now, watch this one. Now, Sol O Mon is Joshua. Joshua and Jesus, same name. Only Jesus made up name, Jesus. I explained that in previous presentations. You will not find that name Jesus in any manuscript, in Arabic, Aramaic, or Hebrew. You only find it in the Greek translation, which they take and translate the Greek and then bring back, which is G-E, Zeus. It's a made-up name, but they didn't want to tell you the name is Joshua. But then that points you to Exodus, and then they reveal who they are again. But Joshua is, when they say Jesus, they really talking about Joshua. That's the real name. If you're going to look at the manuscripts, you're going to see Joshua there. You will not see. Go and look at it. Go to Aramaic. I get down now. You put me different. Go in the scriptures. You will not find Jesus anywhere. You only find it in the Greek after they translated from Aramaic or Hebrew into Greek, and then you get, and then what you get then is you get Jesus. Remember, Jesus is a god, a Greek god, and GE means the earth. Remember, Jesus is supposed to be the God of the earth, and the Father is supposed to be the God of the heavens. And Jesus is supposed to be the God of heaven. That's what it said in Greek so-called Greek mythology. We put G in front, that means the God of earth. Jesus. Where it comes from. I tell them wrong. Prove me I'm wrong, I give $5,000. It's a made-up name. The actual name is Joshua. They can't tell you that because that make you look at Exodus, and then that'd be into them. Okay? So we talk about John and Jesus, or Joshua, right? Or Elijah Joshua, or Moses Joshua, however you want to call it, because the actual name, they say Jesus talking about Joshua. He's the one that delivers you. He's the Messiah. He said, okay, now here's the one talking. I will baptize you with water. He was coming after me. Remember, it's Elijah. He said, baptize you with water. But one coming after me is mightier than me. But they say, anybody come after Elijah? They admit that John is Elijah, but then they says, John said, I'm somebody come after me. So I'm not worthy to even count his shoes. He's so much more greater than me. He'll baptize you, Holy Spirit, with fire. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of angel key, right, to explain that. See here? This is the key. Here's Elijah. He was told, this is the chaff, this is the wheat. He was told not to try to separate them. Preach to both of them. Right? It's the original nation up here. He's teaching these. Now, he says he baptized with water. Now this, I didn't show all this detail, but I said, first I was thinking I'm doing it all. I said, okay, let me do this. So this also represents waters. So he's baptized with water, but the point is, these are the waters I hear. This represents the sea. This represents the rivers. This is the waters here. So you understand, angel key. What happens from here is this. So here's the NOI. He baptized you with waters because when you get baptized, you go under water. So he'll baptize you with water. But that's where we are right now with Farrakhan sitting in his chair, with Elijah up back here with Master Muhammad. He's sitting on his white horse, Farrakhan. He's the one who's controlling. Right? And the nation is dead because this represents death down here. There's a lot to it. I'm not going a lot because I know you're not understanding most of this anyway. See? So the nation of Islam is dead, put to death. Right? Okay. But it says, well, he who coming after me, Sol O Mon, someone represents light here. He baptized you with fire. See, that's right here. For those right here, that represents fire. You have to understand, you can't understand this. She baptized you with fire. And that's exactly what's about to happen. That's about to happen. Because when this war, right? The bullets will be flying in a minute. When they start flying, American business going to get their ass torn apart. They'll be set on fire and ran out of the Middle East. They kicked out of heaven on fire. They're going to run out their ass on fire, literally. And false Israel is going to be taken down under siege. Okay? And that's when, I'm not showing all the details here, that's when they're going to attack. Because the whole reason false Israel was there, that's the missing piece. That's why nothing makes sense. Why is America doing this? Why is America help false Israel? Why is this happening? Why it doesn't make any sense, brothers and sisters? Because the missing ingredient is you. The missing ingredient. Because all the stuff's about you. They set false Israel up to keep you from realizing who you are. Remember, all the nations are here to keep you down. Because all of them have taken. I didn't keep that in here. I probably should have showed that. Maybe I should. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I'm close. Hold on. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. See this here. Right there. I know where it is. The second processes. We'll close. Mm. Mm. There it is. That's not it. Yeah. There it is. I got it. Okay. Mm. Okay, well, since it's right here. Let me expand this a little bit. Excuse me. Mm. See, brothers and sisters here. Make own a cream planet with God universe, but we have nothing. They have it all. They have it all. They have it all. They got energy. They got control of us. The devils, right? Control of our nation, energy. Also, got control of our identity. Ishmael got control of our land. And then China got control of our economy. Our kind got control of our nation. But he also got control, he got control of our vision. But he also got control of our image. I didn't get to that yet. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I have time. Having control of my identity, I'm not saying things having control of the image. What do you mean got control of our image? Because he looked like us. He ain't us. He's wolf in sheep clothing. So he got control of our image. So in other words, he's acting like a wolf, but he looks like a sheep. See what I'm saying? So they have control of our image. So in other words, when they look at the world looks around and they look at them, they think it's look at us. The ones committing like crime and all that stuff, drug deals and that kind of stuff, that's them, that's not us. That's not us as people, that's not our nature. Or what some of us act against our nature, right? Under duress. But some of us rather be homeless than be out there selling drugs and carrying on. I was homeless for a while. That's another thing. You know, it says, son of man, be homeless for a while. It says, birds have trees and some have nests. The son of man has no place to lay his head. Was man from him ever homeless? Was he ever homeless? See what I'm saying? So you get a description, but well, if you want to go with that, go with that. See, they have the demons also have our image. The actors, do you know any really original people act like that? I don't know any that act like that. Ice-T, Ice Cube, Denzel. They used to have blackface, white folks. They used to put blackface to portray black people. They don't have to do it now, they got the real thing. They got our image. The falsehood got our identity. They ain't trying to act like us, they're saying they are us. The demons act like us. I mean, they look like us, right? See? Falsehood ain't saying they look like us, they say they are us. They say they look like us, and that's why they got to be separated. The chaff and wheat was mixed together, and they had to be separated. But not us. Everyone's raping and drug dealing and all that kind of stuff. That's them doing that. Not us. If we do it, well, it's out there hoeing kind of, hey, I'm not saying because she's out there hoeing that she's a hoe. I ain't saying that. Because if they're doing it because they got to feed their children, they have no other way to take care of children, nobody's going to deal for that. But if your ideas want to be a hoe, that's your thing. Man, I'm going to go out and make me some money. You know? I got to do this squat, man. You know, I can pick up me $400 or $500 a night, man. That's a hoe. You understand? If you're out there, man, I ain't got no money, man. I got to pay the bills, man. Ain't no food. I got to get some of my children. And that's all you can do. And we ain't got nothing for you, sister. We got nothing against you. You're welcome to us. Nobody better say a goddamn thing to you either when you come home. If I open that goddamn mouth. We asked to come over here. Raping us and beating us for 40 years. Give me starting these sisters, boy, because I tell you, if you ain't fighting, because if you're a man and you fish bump these people that raped your grandma, oh, time is up. We are hours away from the judgment. It's gonna be horrific. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little deeper here, then I'm gonna close, brother, sister. The story of Nebuchadnezzar. You have Pharaoh talking about, well, he's got a dream about Nebuchadnezzar. This is very deep, so well, it gets much deeper than this, brother, sisters. But let me try to explain to you. Now, see, there's a story about Samson. I saw Solomon. And one time, Solomon is a beautiful man. He's a submission to Allah and everything else. David, too. And then another time, Solomon is a wicked man. He got all these women, he turned around, turned from God, everything else. But the Quran says Solomon never sinned. So what's done to Solomon then? And see, that's why I say that Daniel is part of, they're both part of the sealed book. But like I said, I think it's the female side, but like I said, I can't speak to that because maybe a female will come and explain that to me one day, because I think it's, I broke the seals, but like I said, I think it should be delivered from a female perspective because the way it's set up. I mean, it's inside, anyway. I haven't looked into that deeply enough, but like I said, it comes in the side. That's like Eve was inside of Adam anyway. And when Nebuchadnezzar the king made, see, it was two Nebuchadnezzars. That's the problem. If you read Nebuchadnezzar, he was cut down. He was a tree. He was cut down by the Arabs. They want to cut the tree down. The tree was a powerful tree, covered the whole earth. They didn't want to cut us down. Holy people, called holy people. They still want to be holy. That's why I call them holy people. But they ain't holy. They can think they're holy. Oh, I'm doing Allah's will. I got the Quran. I got Mecca. I got the Ramadan. No, you ain't supposed to have all that. You're supposed to be a submission to Adam. If you're submission to Adam, you wouldn't have that. So now I say, well, we listen to Adam now because he protects us. Oh no, you still I guess everything that whole Adam's. And then move on, brothers and sisters. Anyway, I want to get to my point here. So when you read this, see, remember, Nebuchadnezzar represented the gold. It had the image of gold, which was the brass. So you shine up as like gold. So they connect this one with the image of gold. Because they think, when they say, yeah, image of gold, they think it's like that's kind of statue made of gold. No. They point out that this Nebuchadnezzar here is a king out of false Israel. He's one to throw him in the furnace and everything else. Because why would he throw the Son of Man in the furnace? Why would he throw he wouldn't do all that? This is, but also is a side reference, right, to demons, because they're image of us also. After they took our image, I'm very reluctant to speak to that, brothers and sisters. I said, we talking about calculus here that gets much deeper. I'm just keeping it that level right now. So that's the one right there. He's the one that ended up throwing Daniel. Because Nebuchadnezzar, the real Nebuchadnezzar, he was for Daniel. Daniel saved him. But this one here is against him. See? So what it's telling you is is that I explained this to you before. Maybe, well, I don't know, maybe if you pay attention, right? If you have that type of situation, you will have like two paths. So what happened is that when you go and see a thing about Solomon and David, they're talking about, remember, because Solomon and David, right? They're like gold. So they're talking about Solomon and David, right? That's part of this system, part of Israel system. Okay? Because they turned away from God. They became enemies of God. But Master Muhammad, he's not an enemy of God. That's so, I'm not going to leave, like I said, I would give you a little hint there, right? Because this Nebuchadnezzar right here, this Nebuchadnezzar here, because Farrakhan, see, the minister to run his mouth about Nebuchadnezzar, I know he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't know this. He thinks it's the same person. That's why I say he made an image of gold. Well, he is the image of gold. Why did he make an image of gold? He don't need, if he's gold, why would he have to make an image of gold? You understand what I'm saying? That's no way to look at it. He's not gold. He's the image of gold because he made the image of gold because he is the image of gold. Okay? So you can read it at your leisure, brother. It says in the book of Daniel. But so here's about, see, King Saul had loved many foreign women along with daughters of Pharaoh. He loved the devils too. With daughters of Pharaoh means he loved the devils too. It's Solomon. That means somebody, right? Who's this Solomon? This Solomon here is a demon. I say because remember, the demons also is the image of gold. They got image, right? And right. And these were women from the snake, which these were women from the nations about which the Lord had told the Israelites, you must not intermarry with them. Elijah Muhammad said, hey, you can't. Should not intermarry with devils. We're turning hearts to their gods. Their common son is women in love. They love devils. That's not the other Solomon. The other Solomon never did anything like that. See what I'm saying? That's where you got to pay attention, because remember, I said demons are also image of gold. So they're not talking about Solomon, they're talking about the fake one, fake David. It's hard, and his wife turns heart away, but then it grew old, and his wife turns heart after the other gods. He was not wholeheartedly devoted to the Lord, his God, and further David had been, as David had been. David was, right? Solomon followed, whatever. Okay? But like his father did not follow the Lord completely. Okay? Well, Solomon was also the son of man, so it tells you. Maybe I'll go a little bit deeper than another time. Try to push things out. Okay, the vultures. I'm going to close, brothers and sisters.
Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the... Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the other? What then is the reward of such among you as do this but disgrace in the life of this world, and on the day of resurrection they shall be sent back to the most grievous chastisement? And Allah is not heedless of what you do. 86 These are they who buy the life of this world for the hereafter, so their chastisement shall not be lightened, nor shall they be helped.
Okay, brothers, these are Farrakhan snake events. Oh, in a couple more days, that's time to be off the page. It's the most grievous chastisement, brothers. Look how many people it's off the page. They understand. When the God and the high priest come, remember, it's two of them. It's the angel tells you two of them. When they come in and vengeance and wrath. And what's going to be with these people that you can't imagine? Because especially they're vultures. They've been living off our people. People been suffering, and they're suffering after and they're blind and trying to find a way out. And these suckers got here. Oh man, they tell them they got the cure. They making money off of them. They all living off of them. All those people, Ishmael, them. How do you get paid? You get paid Farrakhan. Where Farrakhan get the money from? He get it from our people that sits out on the streets doing fundraisers. They're living off our people's misery. They feed them lies. They know they feed them lies. Anything to get money from them. Donate with all that for donations. I haven't asked you for a dime. The most grievous chastisement, it will be lengthy. It won't be no short, like a bullet to the head. Won't be nothing short. Most, like the Bible says, Allah put the most grievous chastisement on them. It's going to be painful, long lasting. Everlasting shame and appallment. Oh, it's going to be everlasting pain, shame, and appallment. All of them. Because I love my people. I love my people misery. The truth is out here, and they're blocking it. And then you got those that claim they're with it, and they putting themselves in that same position. Because here they got, the truth is, look, 35 years since I broke shoes on the angel. And I didn't understand what I understand now 35 years ago. I was constantly studying. I'm still studying now. I was running because anything show inconsistent in anything I've said. You go back and see anything I said 20, 30 years ago, I'm still saying the same thing, just giving more details, same thing, nothing changed, because it's real. And none of this stuff came easy. Like I said, some of the things I figured out took me years, a struggle, headaches, trying to figure out what, like that one about his face was like was a serpent. I forget now. But anyway, man, I struggled out for years because that didn't make any sense. I thought, I had to figure out some other things before I could figure it out. She was fed from the face of a serpent. But that looked like that Son of Man. But he's a serpent. That struggled. Struggled. It was a headache. It was hard work to do this. That's why no one's able to do it. He was worthy. It wasn't easy. Best sacrifice family and everything. Get this information to you, and I'm not a Levite. And the information is accurate, and make sure it's right, and I double check it. You don't see me going back and say, I got to correct this, I got to correct that. You see me doing that? I got to make sure it's right before I say it. I put it out there. Because it's a lifeline. It means something. I care about it. I care about my people. But you're not just fucking around with it. Oh, man, you saying this, say anything. Because you don't give a damn about it. You can't tell me anything other than that. Otherwise, you would say you don't care. It ain't my baby, man. Then he type, I change that in a few minutes. Your baby, you change it immediately. Your reaction be totally different. So you don't have to, I keep telling people, you have to study the action, study the reaction. The reaction tells you everything you need to know about the action. So if somebody believes in this, they 100%, their actions will prove it. So the action is like, maybe, and maybe I'll change that tomorrow, or hey man, it don't matter, man. A roach fell into the soup. It don't matter, man. I just throw roach out, man. They ain't gonna know the difference. That's your attitude. That's why I tell people. I say, I do my favor. I said, run away here, because you get to tell. I said, don't mess with this. If you was about this, you see, for everything, I don't need to be doing this. Well, I do need to be doing it, but I feel I do need to do it. Anybody make me do it? Because sisters need someone to stand for them. Nobody else is standing for them. Mama stood up for them, but no one else is standing for them. You see anybody standing for them? We're all kind of using. He pimps them. So I got a little pimp mark over here. God puts marks you. You got a little pimp mark. You notice it? So I cut his ass. It says don't have a champion, somebody looking out for them. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. You understand? So yeah, I need to do it for that reason. Otherwise, nobody's make me do it. Nobody's told me. And I'm self-taught. That's another thing. It said, Son of Man will be self-taught. Was Farrakhan self-taught? Definitely not. Elijah Muhammad was taught by Master Muhammad. Master Muhammad was taught by his father. See, all this stuff, if you just do abstract, it doesn't add up to what they're saying. Nobody taught me. That's why it tells you specifically in there, no one taught the Lamb. He had to figure it out for himself. No one in heavens or the earth. So he figured out, nobody taught him. Self-taught. So I warn people, don't play with this. You give 100%, leave it alone. Because if I wasn't doing that, would you have this knowledge now? The people that's got this knowledge now, they can see clearly, and they don't do a goddamn thing with it. They can see what they never saw before, they never got from any place else. They can't get this teaching any place else, and it's clear. They can go in the scripture and find out, they see what it means now. They can get it from many places else, they know it. But they go out there, use that, and study and put it show to the will, like they say, no. And they got pure drink, but they don't mind get some else drink was, oh, it's got a little spit in it, it got a little piss in it, it's all right, don't worry, it's cleaner what you've been had. No, it's got to be 100% pure. Well, we're going to find out, because the judgment, let me say this one last thing, brothers and sisters. There's going to be a judgment, judgment of this nation. The judgment of this nation is going to be carried out by Levites during tribulation. Do unto them as done to you. Isn't that judgment? When you pay attention to these things, they're going to be the one to execute judgment because it was done to them. But they're also going to judge each other. But they're going to judge the demons too. They're going to judge the demons and say, don't you have you read you're going to judge angels? Judge the nations? They're going to judge them too. And they're going to judge each other. And then when they come out, then they got second judgment. What's that judgment? That's discernment. Because when they pass out, they leave out here, get to the coast, and go separate, let them through, the water separate them through. There'll be somebody that they're gonna swim home. They gotta be delivered. And that's they're gonna run into Sol O Mon, because they gotta be his Lamb's Book of Life. We're gonna say, okay, they're gonna do a check right there. Who's gonna be accepted on that ship or who ain't? Okay? And then it'll be two different categories. I mean, you might be accepted. If you are accepted, you're going to fall in two categories: everlasting life, everlasting life, shame and appointment. Well, okay, you go over each step. Remember, it says you're going to put someone on the right hand, someone on the left hand. The goat and the sheep, right? That means they ain't talking about wolves there. Goat and sheep. That means they're the same group, but one's a goat, one's a sheep. They're the same category, right? Okay, you go on. We'll let you go, but you go on that side. When you get home, then we introduce you to the tyrant. This is not, nobody's fucking around here, brothers and sisters. It's not about emotions. No, so it's up to you. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a perfect kingdom. The ancient days will give Master Muhammad a perfect kingdom. Perfect that will last forever. Won't be any flaws in it. Leave it there, brothers and sisters. In place of what time I'm going to go.
Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the other? What then is the reward of such among you as do this but disgrace in the life of this world, and on the day of resurrection they shall be sent back to the most grievous chastisement? And Allah is not heedless of what you do. 86 These are they who buy the life of this world for the hereafter, so their chastisement shall not be lightened, nor shall they be helped.
I'll close here. But one last thing, brothers and sisters. Those clowns, they're exploiting this nation, exploiting their misery, their suffering. 40 years, our cost, and they exploit it. Oh, send me some money. And I got here reading this bullshit. You can do this. We're going to stay, all the bullshit. They have no idea what they're talking about. Right? They're exploiting our people. And they're going to pay a heavy price for that. They get paid for it. So which think the chastisement will be? Most grievous. They live off they vulture living off the flesh and blood of our people. They're bullshit. They know they're lying because they can't answer any of these questions. That's why they do Q&A. They lie about everything. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they show you, they don't talk about the message of the covenant, or the identity of the message of the covenant. Because they know they're lying. They say, hey, we can live off of them. Some of them are demons. Some of them are not. Some are just Negro butts. They live off our people. And now people are going to judge them for that. They'll be exposed and disposed. A few more days, bro. We're not talking months anymore. They tell you, as soon as the boat's going to be flying in a minute, they start flying, brothers and sisters. I told you it's coming. We're here. Boat start flying. You'll see. Some of you are going to be in big trouble because you're sitting here. You see a truck coming? What are you looking at? You don't see a truck coming? He keeps looking at it until it smash your ass. When you was told, truck's coming, get out of the way and tell everybody else to get out of the way. Some of you get out of the way and you don't tell the other ones that's in the road, the truck's coming. Your eyes open, you can see it. They can't see it yet, but instead you tell them, you just get out of the way and let them get run over. Assalamu alaikum.